Anyone that knows this city very well knows that it is home to one of the most famous icons in the world, and that is the Gateway Arch. So join me as we drive into St. Louis to check out this world-famous landmark.
This freeway should be a lot wider. We've been hitting traffic now for a while, and it's only because it's 2 lanes. We're getting into the St. Louis metro area. Looks like this area is one of the affluent parts of the metro. There's a lot of luxurious stores, Jaguar dealership, stuff like that. Definitely gives you hints that this area has money. And here's another hint that this area has money. The big golfing center. It might be a Top Golf or something similar. Usually whenever you see something like that in any city, that is a clear sign of affluence. I have to say this part of the city is actually quite beautiful. It's very hilly, very green. Probably one of the nicest parts of the St. Louis metro area, if I had to guess. Yeah, it is a Top Golf. We should be seeing downtown maybe about 10-15 minutes. This area almost looks like Austin, but it's a lot greener. St. Louis receives, I believe, 43 inches of rain, which is about 10 inches more than what Austin receives. So the trees here are bigger. It is a lot more green, lush green. But it is hilly, just like a lot of parts of Austin, and again, with all the buildings that look like they're tech buildings. It gives kind of a similar vibe to the west side of Austin along the Mopac. Of course, the Mopac has the railroad going in the middle of it. This one doesn't. Yeah, this is definitely a very nice part of St. Louis. It's a nice entrance to the city. And I will say one thing, not to be critical, but the roads here are quite bumpy. I mean, this part is not that bad, but even underneath the asphalt, I feel a lot of bumps. Close to the main beltway of St. Louis, which is I-270. You can see the traffic is starting to increase as we get closer into the inner core of the city. And this is the the main beltway. This is the main beltway of St. Louis, and it's the first time we're seeing Chicago, guys. Pretty cool. That's going to be our next stop after St. Louis. I believe Chicago is 3, maybe 4 hours from St. Louis, so not that far. We crossed the Beltway, now we're inside the Beltway, so I did get a glimpse of some of the high-rises in downtown, barely, because the trees are tall here, but we should be seeing it fairly soon now in the next maybe minute or two, maybe right after this little hill. Again, just to kind of give you an idea how this area looks like. Boy, is the road bumpy. It's a lot bumpier than what it looks, trust me when I tell you that. It looks like when they poured the asphalt, they didn't do a good job on the underneath, or just simply shifted over time, because this asphalt is not new anyways. This asphalt looks fairly old, I would say 20-30 years, and they probably paved it over existing concrete, because what I'm feeling are concrete slabs underneath that are quite bumpy. These type of freeways tend to shift. Yeah, I definitely would guess that this was paved over concrete, because you can see where it transitions back to the original concrete. Now this is, believe it or not, a little bit smoother. Science Center has a bridge across the freeway. That's pretty cool. That's what I like about discovering different cities, because every city has its own little unique flavor. I have to say, this is definitely one of the more scenic freeways I've been on in a long time. Very windy. But that adds to the scenery. It makes it quite, in a way, very pleasant to drive on. You're not just looking at a straight road, which straight roads are obviously more efficient. Sometimes they become an eyesore and boring to the eye. Kind of, sort of, the beginning of their downtown looks like it's just a line of like little mid-rises leading up to eventually what is their downtown. Their downtown is over there, as you can see, straight ahead with the arch.